What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the Misfits Barber's Chair podcast, man. Today, I'm going to introduce you to my man, Ricky Rich.
Let's
Some of
go.
y'all know him, some of y'all may not, but Ricky Rich is the founder of Risk It All Barber Battle. He's down with Trap Barbers. He works with Pure One Natural Products. He's an educator at the Barber School by Sean Casey. My man is doing a lot. All right.
Keep going. Keep going.
He's
It's a
been
lot. It's a lot.
nominated at the top 100 for the Behind the Chair One Shot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
So
to God.
this
to
young
God.
man has been out here trailblazing, and I am so happy to have you on the podcast, man. It's been a long time. I've seen you doing a lot of things, bro. But let's jump right into it for those that don't know who Ricky Rich is. Where did, when did you start in this barber career?
Well, I started in this barber career. It was 2019 when I got to Fort Myers. It wasn't about 2020 when I really started Cosmo School.
Okay.
I went to Sun State School, and
So 2019 was that 7 years now?
no, six.
Okay,
Six.
6 years. So this goes to show you guys.
Yeah, I
that-
graduated though 2021, so I became
Okay.
a professional barber or cosmetologist.
So professionally, 5.
Correct.
So 5 years, and this man has been trailblazing. So that goes to show you guys that it doesn't matter how long you've been in this industry, you can make things happen if you grind for it and the things that you want.
You gotta
Wh-
love it.
What made you get into the barber industry 2019? Was that when you moved here from Puerto Rico?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, a lot of failed steps in life, a lot of taking decisions wrongly,
Right.
and trying to find balance in my life and asking to God for something that would bring to me happiness and that I could give to others.
Okay.
That was my prayer before I became a barber. I was a little bit lost in life, and I needed to find something that I would like,
Right.
that would interest me enough so I could do it correctly. 120,
Yeah.
200%.
Well, I see that you pour a lot into what you do. What was you doing before you got into the industry? I know you said you was
Yeah, well, I went to college 2015. I went to Iowa. I played baseball out there.
okay.
I spent 2 years, and then I went back to Puerto Rico. When I went back to Puerto Rico, I was just working the regular jobs, trying to find a job, bartending here. I was really
Okay.
fooling around in the streets,
Oh, so
going
you-
around, playing around. You know how Puerto Rico rolls.
No, but it's all good. But you found, after going to school, you found your passion for this
Yes.
industry.
Yes, and it's funny because it started all the way from college. When I
Okay.
went to college, being in Puerto Rico, you know, you got to be fresh every week.
Right.
My Puerto Ricans be in a shop and I was one of those. I was every Friday in a shop, and I had a good relationship with my barber. So when I went back my freshman year, I was sick and tired of not getting a cut,
Right.
and I was like, bro, I need to learn how to cut so I could cut myself up in Iowa.
Right.
And then it's just he gave me some clippers, he gave me some guards, and teach me how to fade from the top to the bottom. Just
Okay.
the highest guard, you know,
All
it's
right,
the
right.
easiest way to fade. And I started watching YouTube and like killing my roommate.
Hey, listen, we all started fucking somebody.
Killing
out,
my
you know?
roommate, man. Shout out Raul Barlow, man. He was really my experiment out there.
No, but that's cool though, because that gave you a sense of purpose.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm
And
saying?
I didn't understand it by then. I didn't understand it. I was doing mechanical engineering in college, and I
Okay.
had a really nice career as a pitcher. And I
Okay.
blew my elbow, had Tommy John surgery. And after that, I went to like probably a little depression into like, what am I
Right.
going to do in life? And now, even though I could pitch and all that stuff, I kind of lost the love for
So
baseball.
after not being able to play baseball, you got lost, and then you found barbering.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Correct.
And did that getting into the barbering that get you out of that depression state?
And out of the streets,
Okay.
out of like fooling around with my boys and selling
Doing-
dope and whatnot.
stupid
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? Doing stupid stuff.
Nah, I get it because you have to find something. But I'm glad that you found something because you're also doing a lot and you're giving back, with working at the school as an educator at the Sean Casey Barber
Yeah.
Academy, which is great. You're doing a great job. I see you posting and stuff like that. How did, because so some of you that don't know, Ricky Rich, listen, this guy is known for braids.
Yeah, that's my forte.
Now, what made you get into the braids? Because locally here in Southwest Florida, where we're at, there wasn't a lot of dudes doing braids.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think I was like one of the pioneers on that.
Yeah.
As a man,
Yeah. Well, until
braids and fades,
right
type thing.
until like I started seeing you doing braids, I was like, damn, there's nobody, no other dude out here locally
Yeah.
doing it.
It was a shock for a lot of people. It
Yeah.
was a shock, even for my clientele. It was like, oh man.
What made you get into the braids?
So when I started Cosmo School, I already came with a little bit of background with the
Okay.
clippers and fading. And in Cosmo School, I was a little bit more advanced than a lot of them folks that were starting and barbering in
Right.
school. I could fade already. Not the best,
Right,
but I
right.
could do it. So I focused myself in something that was going to excel,
Right,
something that was going to be different so I could be something different.
Right.
And every day I started with braiding my own hair. I had a friend in my class that braided me, and I was like, hey, yo, Mook, I want to learn how to braid.
Right.
Because that was after COVID. I actually let my
Okay.
hair grow. We all did. We didn't have no barber around. And I started braiding myself, and I was, I kind of like this. I want to learn. And she teach me. And
Right.
every day I would spend almost like the full day of school, 8 hours,
Right.
braiding and like
And you got good at it.
perfecting it. And I was really mad when I couldn't get like my first stitches right, and the set looked cool, and people were telling me like it looks nice, you don't need nothing. I'm like, nah, it needs work.
Right.
It needs work.
But that's because you realized something that you really wanted to do, so you wanted to master that
yes,
part of our industry.
Yes, it fell in place. Honestly, it fell in place, and part of the purpose was God, honestly, because my prayer was, give me something that I can give back.
Right.
And this career allowed me to give so much back, even with my
Right.
students. I'm so proud of them, and I'm thankful to God that He allows me to guide others, to
Right.
guide my students, guide my friends.
But the thing about teaching, from what I've learned from me also teaching, I taught at Paul Mitchell, Florida Academy. I did a couple little things over there with Sean and things like that. Is that you also, while you're teaching, you also tend to learn too from the students. And that's the
biggest.
beautiful part about it, because for me, I'm way older than probably all of you guys, right? So I always like to learn from you guys that are way younger.
Yeah, the world evolves really quick.
Right. And that's the thing. Like for me, I gotta stay evolving because I am older. I'm twice your age, probably. You know what I mean? So that's one of those aspects. When you're teaching, you're also learning at the same time.
Yes,
And that's the beauty of it.
I came to that understanding. It's been a year teaching. It's been a
Okay.
year teaching, and I went to Sean. I was like, yo, I like this. I want to educate.
Right,
I want
right.
to educate. 5 years in the industry with Puro, traveling United States and all that stuff, and I really got to the point where I wanted to educate more.
Right. So now let me ask you this. Now that you mentioned Pure One natural.
Puro.
Puro.
Oh.
Oh, Pure O.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was Pure One.
No. It just
Okay.
stays in the O.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Pure O. How did you land being able to work with them and travel throughout the U.S. teaching?
So, Sean Casey,
Okay.
already world and this educator,
Right.
all throughout global, and I won my first competition. It was Chico Boom's competition,
Okay.
and after that, I realized, man, I really like being in stage. I really want to be this platform artist where I showcase my work.
Right.
So after winning my first competition, I was like, Sean, can we have a meeting? I remember I met with him in Daniels, and I just threw it on the table. I was like, look, I like what you do. I want to be you, like not want to be you, but like I want to be there doing what you do.
Right.
And I think you're the best guy to learn from. And he looked at me and was like, well, next week we're going to Amsterdam, I think it was. With
Dang.
Anders to Amsterdam. It was Europe. And I was like, because it was coming out of my pocket. I
Right,
was a
right.
student. Like not a student, but I was just transferring
Right.
new into the barbershop game and all that stuff. And I was like, oof, I don't think I can make it. Luckily,
Mm.
Chicago came first.
Okay.
And he mentioned it, and I bought my plane. I
Okay.
bought my flight ticket, and I stayed with him and everything. I was shadowing with Andes, working with Andes. My first geek with Andes was pretty much bring coffee.
Hey, but the thing is that you ended up with a mentor like Sean,
I did.
and that mentorship helped you connect with the guys from Andes, which is great. Even if you was just getting coffee, but that's the thing. A lot of people aren't willing to, you know what I'm saying, do the stuff that
Yeah.
nobody wants to do. Who the fuck wants to go get coffee for somebody else?
For real.
Nobody.
For real.
You know, but
10 educators, 12,
right.
you know.
But you did it, and that shows character.
Yeah. It was actually also the first time I was in stage as a hype man. I was calling to throwing towels, and
Right,
I
right.
did it right away. It was like I wanted to do it. Other
Right.
folks, I know they would have freeze because you got people in front of
So
you.
that taste gave you even more hunger.
More. The
to-
next day of that show, we were walking around, and I already was working with Puro for a whole year, like using their
Okay.
gel, using their.
Oh,
thing.
you was already using their
Yes.
gel.
Yes, which actually I got them from Premier Orlando when I was a
Okay.
student.
Okay.
They give me their samples and
Right,
all that
right.
stuff. I started using it. I liked it a lot.
Right.
And I went the second day. We passed through Puro's booth, which it was this small.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, "Yo, Sean, I like that gel. This is what I use." He looked at me like, "Go talk to them."
Right.
I was like, He was like, "Come on!" And he took me all the way to the booth, and told me talk to them. So I talked to the CEO. The CEO told me, but I didn't know it was the CEO at the time, James and Nicole. Shout out James and Nicole. And I was like, "Yo, how can I get involved with you guys? How can I
Right.
work for you guys?" They were like, "No, we're not looking for employees, this and that." By then, they were a really
Right.
small booth, 10 by 10, I think
Right.
they had by then. And I was like, "Okay." Sean looked at me again and was like, "Pull out your pictures."
That's it.
And I went like this. I had six of my best work already in
Right.
an album to show whoever I had to show.
Oh, dope.
And I went like this. James opened his eyes like this. And it was Nicole right away. And when Nicole seen my work, she was like, "Here, pum, 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 put like 20
Nice.
products on the table, take them home, study them. Next week, I'm going to call you."
That's dope. But you see, if it wasn't for him pushing you, so once Sean actually made you
Yeah.
go,
Push me.
he pushed you.
Push me down the road.
What see, that's the beautiful thing about it, because you needed that little bit of push.
Yeah.
You know you was good,
Yes.
but sometimes we need that push. We need that person that push us to the next level.
Yeah. Great mentor. Shout out. See, he's like
Yeah.
my dad, bro. Sean
Yeah, nah,
Casey.
Sean-
Shout out
Sean-
Sean Casey, Barbara Academy by Sean Casey.
Yeah, nah, Sean is good people's, man.
He
I've
just
known
every day
Sean
pushes
for
me to be a better being, a harder,
for a
push me
while.
to the limits.
Now, I know that a lot of people don't know this or not, but I know that you're building a school bus.
Yeah.
Talk to
Yeah.
me about that.
Well, it's been a couple months with it right now, pushing through with that. But
Right.
the purpose of the school is that I want the students to have an opportunity to showcase their work in so and so, such as hair shows, concerts, Miami Beach. You know,
Right.
go down the road
So
with my folks.
taking the students on the actual school bus.
Yes,
That's
there's
already-
supposed to be there is 4 shares and a music studio in it. Why the
Okay.
music studio? Because I'm part of the Trap Barbers,
Right.
and we are folks that not only hustle in life, we also have a platform, a background of music, in it, and we just showcase our work and our music.
So now that you brought that up, I know I've seen little snippets of you with headphones and a mic, giving us that
Wow.
like I'm in the studio type vibe. See, I pick up these
Yo,
things. A lot
I
of
was
people
not prepared for this one.
a lot of people don't, but I pick up these things, right? You didn't think I did my homework, huh?
Yo.
Right. So I've
This
seen
is unreleased.
I've seen pictures, you know, of you with headphones, and I know studios. I enjoy the audio. I enjoy music. So I'm like, hold on, my, you working on a project for music? Is it a reggaeton type thing? Is it a Spanish trap joint? What are we doing? Are you in the studio for music too?
I'm gonna tell you how it happened. So for the longest, since I was 15, when I was 15 in Puerto Rico, I used to have a friend that sing all the time, and I got into manage him. I
Okay.
got into like spending money on his clothing, booking parties,
And
this
that's
and
why
that,
your ass was
studio.
broke.
It happens. I had a
No,
lot
no.
of money and I threw it all away.
It's okay.
It's been like a couple of times in my life.
The good thing is, man, listen, I tell you like this: life is not always about just money.
Nah, I
You know,
learned
sometimes life is about the experiences
Experience.
that we go
most
through.
of the time.
You know what I mean? In order to get what we want. And listen, when you're grinding and you're hustling and doing so many different things, yeah, you're probably gonna be broken eating fucking ramen noodles.
Yeah. That's the small scripture that people don't see or
Right.
read.
Right. Because they see you, damn, yo,
Yeah,
but they don't understand when you go home, you look at that fridge and you're like, fuck, man.
yeah. Sacrifices.
But those sacrifices is what catapults you to that next level.
Yeah.
And this is one of those reasons, right, that I think you are where you're at today is because you have been relentless,
Yeah,
right? You're
yeah.
not
It
letting
take
anybody
a lot of experience
tell
in
you
life.
no.
Yes,
You're not letting people tell you you can't do that.
you can't. You got to follow your dreams. Follow your vision at all times. There is going to be people that are going to tell you
Right.
no because they don't see what you see.
Right.
They can't feel what you feel. So you got to forget about what everybody says and just follow your heart and your vision. Because you can explain the plan to 1,000 people.
Right. But they don't see your vision.
They won't ever. Not even your family. Nobody. You, yourself.
Right.
Doing the long story short, it was about this past couple, three months. I've been in hosting shows. I host my own event.
Right.
I bring open mic artists and all that stuff. I've been involved with music since I was, 15.
Right.
And there was a lot of people that I met this past couple of months that were like, "You don't have a song? You don't do. You look like an artist. Like,
Right. You got the dress, the tags.
yeah." And I was like, man, I'm gonna try it. Jan came. I was doing braids in Fort Lauderdale with my boy Rico. He's from Cape or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, he comes to my shows and performs all the time. I was like, yo, I
Okay.
think I have this idea. I think I wanna start doing this. I think I wanna
Nice.
try it out. I have 4 songs.
Dope. That's what's up, bro. Hell
4
yeah.
songs. And
I can't wait to hear it.
I don't have a release date because I'm mastering everything, making sure everything's on the
Right.
right path. One thing I can say, we're on the multicultural side.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I got soca, I got reggaeton, I got dancehall, I got trap.
But that's island vibes.
Yeah, island. That's why I like what I'm
You
doing.
know.
It's my little party.
But again, you just said you got soca, you got reggaeton, you got trap, right? There's a bunch of island vibes. The beauty about that is that the same way you're doing all of these different things, you're doing it with your music.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
just
dope.
started to get into
Bro,
it.
but you gotta give us at least a snippet. You gotta drop like 10 seconds of one of the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do that. I'm very reserved. When
I
the project
see.
Look, this is why I'm very reserved.
No,
Because
nothing wrong with that.
because
I'm just saying.
I've
That's
been
just what I
presenting
see.
my
I'm
ideas
sure
to
y'all.
my family.
Hold on.
It'll
I'm
be
su-
soon though. I'll
I'm-
release soon.
I'm sure most people didn't pick that up, but I
Yeah.
did from just a picture that he had posted on a fucking story and shit. It wasn't even like a fucking
been
regular
like that.
post.
Yeah.
It was just on a story, and I was like, wait, the
I haven't
fuck
posted
up.
nothing.
I was like, that shit looks like a motherfucking recording studio, and that's why I asked you that question.
Yeah, I actually hop in the booth. I broke my fear, and I can sing anywhere and everywhere.
That again, you just conquering another thing.
Yeah.
That's dope,
And
man.
right now it's my little hobby. It's my fun time. I go home, sit down, write music. grab a little wine bottle,
Well,
smoke a little cigar.
but see, hobbies are meant to release stress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that could help you with everything else because, bro, when you're doing a lot of stuff people don't understand when you're an entrepreneur, there's a lot of stresses that come with
Oh
along with
yeah.
that.
A
You
lot.
know what I mean? So I'm glad that you're doing something to counteract your day to day,
Yeah.
something that's just for you.
Yeah, yeah. My schedule went from having a little bit of time to having none time, no time at all. And it's I like it because I keep my mind busy. You
Right,
know, there's no time to think about dumb stuff or not be
right.
productive. I'm
But
constantly,
also, I'll tell you like this, make sure you also have downtime for
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
right?
I'm a family guy. I'm a
Right.
family guy. I
Oh, I've
like to
seen that.
spend time. I take my time with my family. They're not here. They're in Puerto
Cause I
Rico, but
cause
so I have friends out here as
now
well.
that he say that, this man went to Puerto Rico a couple of weeks ago and he was in the sunset and most people didn't even pick it up. This dude had a fucking plane and he was playing it. He was just off camera where you could barely see him, but he was in there pop, 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 pop.
That's one of my instruments. I like playing. Even shout out Gandules.
Yeah,
Gandules, my boy Eddie. Every time I'm in Gandules, I got this little take.
yeah.
Whenever they sing Happy Birthday, they
Yeah,
play La Plena. So I
yeah,
gotta stop eating and just
yeah.
grab my plena.
No, but that's dope. But you see, those are little things that like I like to pick up on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
it's dope. It was cool to see you. You know what I'm saying? And you always,
I had a background on music, honestly, and I never even pay attention to it. My grandfather's brother was the really big bongo guy for Gran Combo and like big
okay,
bands like that, Puerto Rican Power, and
nice.
my cousin saxophonist, and I didn't really pick it up, so I was like, man, I'm just gonna try this stuff, and
You
I ended up loving it.
you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes but it's cool because now you doing all these things. Now you actually have money, right? You have time to go to the studio. You're managing your time
Yeah,
properly in order for you to do all these things.
yeah, you have to,
And that's
and
one of
that's
those things that in this industry a lot of people are lacking is time management.
organized. I had to. I went through a little stage not long ago where like I found myself doing too much and unorganized.
Right,
So I had to restructure my whole business with
right.
educating, the barber shop, the music, the hair shows, the studio time.
No, you have to.
So I have to keep working out. I have to keep in track. I have to keep in a schedule
Right.
the day before, organize what I'm going to do, organize my week, organize my month. I got into organizing my whole year.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm not perfect. I've tried my best and
None
sometimes
of
I
us,
messed up with it,
bro. None of us are
but
perfect.
it's just something that I've implemented in my life and I've grown so much doing that.
That's
We have to
that's
keep our
good.
stuff organized in order to be able to do multiple things or
Right.
succeed in multiple things
Right. Yeah, because sometimes when you do a bunch of stuff, you never succeed at any of
at
them
any. You don't finish one.
because you're unorganized. You
Hmm.
don't have your things down packed. You're just a little bit here, a little there, boom, boom. I do this when I can. I do that when I can.
Yeah.
But that's good that you got your thing. Now let me ask you this, and I know this is probably gonna be a question that you're like, fuck. What have you learned about yourself in these like last 5 years that you've been in the industry? Not talking about haircutting or nothing, but what have you learned about you, yourself, your inner you?
When rephrase that question, because there's a lot of things I learned about myself, but in terms of like mentality or
Just
anything, right?
what have you learned about yourself, right? That goes
Well,
into
I learned
everything.
about myself that I can do it all. That if I trust God and that God, it's always with us. We just gotta leave everything on His hands, and then you can
Right.
achieve whatever you put yourself into. So
That's
I
real.
learned that the struggle, it's part of the trip, and without
Right.
struggle and sacrifices, we're not gonna achieve nothing.
But struggles are also temporary,
Correct.
right? Our struggles aren't forever.
I
You
got
know
a
what I'm
saying
saying?
about the struggles. I like to look at problems in life and call them situations.
Right.
I don't like to put problems in my head. That word does
No.
not exist in my vocabulary.
Right.
It's a lesson learned.
Right.
It's something that help you grow. If we would have everything easy in life and would not have to go through struggle or situations, how boring would be life?
Right.
We'd probably be in a lot of trouble. Humans with a lot of time just seek attention and
Right.
just get involved in bad stuff.
Well, I mean, that's how we learn. You know, we learn from failure, right? You don't.
I feel like failure is beautiful.
Of course.
Failure is the most beautiful thing throughout the journey because that's how you learn.
Right.
It's like a kid learning how to walk.
Right.
He got to crawl. He got to fall.
But the thing is too that winning all the time doesn't let you grow because you're already here.
Right.
You're always winning.
Right.
But the people that are always winning, the day they fall, they don't know how to react to that. But if
Yeah.
you have those, parts of your life where you ended up tripping a couple of times, you end up learning some really cool lessons about yourself, about life.
Yeah, man. I failed more than I succeed. To this day,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
failed more and have tripped myself so many
But
times
you
more
haven't
than I
stopped.
succeed. But it's the beauty of it.
Right.
I can't,
And that's why, like, I wanted you on the podcast because ever since I met you, matter of fact, I think this was 2021.
Yeah.
Ray had the barber battle.
Oh,
up in
that's what it was. I said it was Chico, but it was Ray's.
at in Port Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then he had a showcase also in Port Charlotte. And that showcase, it was you and
Hawkins.
And y'all boys, I was doing a cut with Coño, with Detail Fades, right?
Randy, my boy Randy.
Yeah.
Shout out Randy.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. When that music kicked in and
it
you
was a
guys
show.
turned up and
It
then
was a show.
everybody else turned up. And ever since that, I was like, yo, this dude got real good energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody that's around you
And to
always
this
says
day,
that
it's the
you
same
have
vibe in the stage.
right. Like you have great energy
Yeah.
and it's always positive.
Thank God.
You know what I'm saying?
I try to stay there.
And I appreciate that about you. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went to your Risk It All Barber battle here that you did, the first one here with Sean Casey at the school, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because you're also working with the autism.
Sensory Safe Solution. Sensory Safe Solution.
Speak a little bit about that. Sensory
Well,
Safe
it's
Solution.
something that I've been around my whole life. My mom is an occupational therapist in
Okay.
Puerto Rico. She's specialized in autism and everything. And since I was very young, I've been around the whole system. And it's something that I've been having in my heart. I feel
Right.
I don't feel no more. It's my duty. It's my
Right.
duty. I got that from my mother, and having Kate out here
Right.
with Sensory Safe Solution, I had to be part. And also my mom talked to me about she wanted to bring something like that to Puerto Rico.
Right.
So what better than me who be the carrier of that?
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, because I got a couple of clients that are kids.
We all got to
And-
be certified. Whoever doesn't
and-
know about Sensory Safe Solution, you got to certify yourself. You got to learn about this information because the reality is that we need to understand not only kids,
Yes.
but human beings in our
Right.
chair.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we see so many different people. So, bro, one last question for you. Okay, before we close this out. And people, hopefully y'all got to know Ricky and y'all go follow him. What is one thing that you could say to a young barber, whether male or female, that wants to get into this industry, or just anybody in general, about life?
Risk it all.
Oof, risk it all.
Risk it all. And that's part of my show. That's what my show is called like that because I've been that guy. When I first did my show, I didn't know how I was going to do it, how to start it, who to talk to. But I just had an idea in mind. And little by little, everything fall in place because you took the lead of taking a step. And that's all you need in life. For all my youngins, For anybody in life who has a project in mind, who wants to succeed, who wants to grow, take the step. Even if you break your head, take the step, because you're not going to know if you don't experience it. If you don't
Yeah.
go through it, you're not going to understand. And then you're going to go out with the regret of like, what if I would have tried this?
Yeah, I feel
Life is too short for you to say that.
I
Go ahead
feel
and
you.
try it.
Well, guys, we appreciate you being on this episode. And like my man said, go out there and risk it all. Have zero regrets.
Yeah.
All right. And with that being said, I'm Junior. This is Ricky.
It's Ricky
Y'all
Rich
go-
Graves on my social medias.
There you go.
Shout out Chop Barbers, Barber Academy by Sean Casey. And follow us. Hit that follow button.
Once again, man, thank you for tuning in to the Misfits Barbers Chair podcast. We see y'all later.
Thank you so much, Junior.
Peace. Appreciate you, my brother.